got 100 likes. What a random tweet. I was like, I just tweeted that out very simple. I was like, oh, this is cool.
It's literally always the most random of tweets that end up doing.
Wait, do we have to preview War Games?
No, I believe War Games would be next week. Preview.
Is it on Sunday night?
Yeah.
Oh, let them off. I actually look forward to that a little bit.
To War Games.
I actually like what they're doing for the first time in a while.
Big Cora Jade fan over here.
I am. Thank you for. I've been singing the praises since day one. I said, you know what, she's gonna go somewhere. I don't know. Maybe she gets released. Who knows? But I think she does. I actually think she makes it. That's the spirit.
So you said, "Thank you for finally," and then you took like a pregnant pause there. And during that pregnant pause, I went to our Twitter messages and I saw you respond, "Acknowledge me." so I hear "Thank you for finally," and I see "Acknowledge me."
That's phenomenal. This is a weird card.
Okay.
Cameron Grimes versus Duke Hudson.
We're gonna start the show momentarily, folks. Just
Kyle O'Reilly and Von Wagner.
A classic team.
Or Legado del Fantasma.
Yes, it's probably gonna be Kyle O'Reilly. What is his? Oh yeah, because it might be his. It might. We haven't heard any contract news about Kyle since
he's leaving.
Yeah, I imagine he would be in it and be his last match.
If he doesn't leave, he gets whatever he deserves. Yeah, no offense.
I don't know. Personally, I feel like you'd be a fool to stay.
You got Bibley Fish waiting for you in AEW. Bibley Fish,
the new AAA Mega Champion. Bibley.
Wait a minute. Did that match happen yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, I was like, holy shit!
There's
nothing surprising.
Tweeting it out.
What was I looking for?
I don't know.
Pat McAfee was in War Games last year. How life has changed. Jesus. I miss Pat McAfee wrestling.
He's pretty good. Great. I'll be honest, he's pretty good.
I love Pat McAfee like in everything because he's just like Pat McAfee. But let's get it on.
Okay. Doing the final bit. Let me just test the music.
That's what he always says.
Test the music here. Not our music.
Not at all. Thought it was Seinfeld for a second. Now it's become SNL. You just randomly have this music ready to go.
No, that is the happy hour theme music.
Oh.
Great.
Guess that's my bad.
How dare you? It's been revealed. Scotty doesn't listen to Happy Hour.
I listened to it live a few times.
Yeah, it's chaos incarnate. Okay, here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Everybody, and welcome to Ring Post Radio, the only show that joins you as you sip on some tea, eat some biscuits on your Sunday morning. Last week the rain was falling. This week we're here post turkey eating, bellies full of stuffing and gravy on this turkey Sunday, Turk Day. Scotty. What, Scotty? What do you want from me? A better intro?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who's drinking tea and biscuits besides, a very specific continent.
But, hey, man, I don't know.
Welcome to the show, everyone. Hope you had a happy holiday and all that jazz. I feel like I've already been talking to Ryan for half an hour, but wait, I have, but we're here, and we're here to talk about wrestling and whatever NWA calls their product. Woo!
Yes, we got a bunch of stuff. Not really a bunch of stuff. I don't think we're gonna have. Well, we
Well,
can get into this, man.
that gives me a chance to ask you, how was your Thanksgiving?
Yeah, Thanksgiving was good. We stayed home for the holidays because families in Maryland. I feel like I'm
Happy
super.
holiday.
As you can probably tell if you're watching the Twitch thing, we've changed where I am at, and I feel like I'm super white now. My whiteness is really shining through. So maybe I'll adjust. There we go. That's a little bit better. We stayed home for the holidays because my family's in Maryland, and I looked at plane tickets way too late. So that's not happening. But alas, we stayed here. We had Thanksgiving dinner with our landlord's people because we live in like a carriage house in their backyard, and it was very nice. It was very, very good. They're very good cooks. I got slightly drunk, but that's fine. Because they made a cocktail that wasn't really great, but it was like a glass maybe this big. We're talking maybe 6 ounces or so. Before ice, half cran juice, the other half gin, and then ice and a splash of ginger ale.
So did they really make a cocktail, or did they just
She admittedly,
there's got to be cranberry juice somewhere in there.
Admittedly, she said that they found the recipe online and they just sort of made it, and then they're like, "It's not that good, but it's fine. It'll get you drunk, I guess."
So what you're saying is we got late night Ring Post Radio, Ryan Neitzey that day.
Yeah, that day, yes, that day indeed, we did have late night Ring Post Radio, and that day was a day of all days. I say.
I heard the people miss that. They're missing the late night.
Did people? Are the streets saying they're missing the late night Neitzey? Late Neitzey?
Maybe they're just missing the late night Ring Post Radio, which was a different animal.
Yeah,
it was a completely different animal. But this is how we do this. We do this every 9:30 when you're drinking your morning coffee, or as Ryan said, tea or water, or dirty water, which is also tea. But we're here, and I'm cold.
How was your Thanksgiving? I forgot to ask.
It was great. I had 3 days off from work, which was great. Of course, I go back today, but Thanksgiving was great. Got to see some family. I mean, we don't have that many people over, but my mom's a great cook, so it was a good time. It was a good time. A little Black Friday shopping, aka I went like when everything was calmed down and I could just pick from the scraps, but works out for me every time. I always get what I need.
That's fair. So for Thanksgiving, are you like I mean, we're all eaters at Thanksgiving, but are you part of the cooking team at Thanksgiving?
I usually am, but I work the night before Thanksgiving, and my mom likes to do some prep that night, so we can be a little, because we have it at lunchtime. Like we have it around 2, our meal, Thanksgiving. We have Thanksgiving around 2, not nighttime, which is just something we've always done. So she tries to get some stuff out of the way, and then of course she cooks turkey and whatnot. And my job makes me get home around midnight. So I was like, listen, if I don't wake up in time to help you cook, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
Ryan, guess what?
What?
I didn't get up in time to help to cook.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Timers, alarms. I know what it is. Because of my work hours, I mean,
I didn't set either one of those.
Well, then, yeah, that's on you, man. That's on you, man. Are you kind of the sleeper that indulges in sleeping in, or are you someone that's like, I'll get up?
I don't know, because yesterday I slept 4 hours because I watched Stardom, so I don't know if that's really, I don't know if that really counts.
That's true. It sounds like to me that you have like the weirdest sleep schedule of all time.
I do. So last night I fell asleep at 7:30, slept till 9:30, and then was up till 3:30. So yeah, there's just no rhyme or reason to what we got going on here. But I'm awake. I'm here for Ring Post Radio, baby.
Hey,
never missed an episode.
Speaking of no rhyme or reason, let's get to today's topics.
Or as that jobber says, Brian Cage, never better. Or nobody better. I don't know what the fuck he says. I have no idea what he says.
Oh, botchamaniacal over here.
Listen, I'm not a big Brian Cage fan, and there was this article this week where someone said, use my effing husband, and I saw like a million people tweet, I didn't need to read it to see it was Brian Cage, and I was like, that is honestly very true.
Yeah. Okay, speaking of topics, let us talk about what we're going to look into today. We have a bunch of news items, of course, which we'll get to at the top here. We're also going to be talking Stardom, Tokyo Super Wars, another great name for another great show, WWE Survivor Series, and NWA Hard Times 2 preview for this Saturday. But of course, we have a bunch of news up top. Scotty, are you ready for the news? And then
I am ready for the news.
And then there's some sort of like audio drop for news, I guess. Let me do. Are you ready for the news? There we go. News. Is that too loud? Sorry. News here. We got first off the list here. GCW announced for their show at the Hammerstein Ballroom. The World on GCW has officially sold out all of their tickets. It is the biggest crowd ever in GCW's history. It was sold. They sold 2,025 tickets. They sold 1,800 of them on the first day tickets went sale in public. I know most of it. I know a couple of people in Countout already got tickets in the pre-sale.
Yeah, I'm going.
You are going?
No.
Oh, dang.
No.
Dang, man. Well, we know people that are going and count out, so definitely go check them out. Not check them out. Just go say hi. But
check it out.
GCW is officially sold out overnight in one day. The Hammerstein Ballroom, 2,000 tickets, the biggest show ever. Scotty, thoughts on this sellout?
I'm impressed. I always knew they were going to sell out. I didn't think they were going to sell out that fast. Because the announcements they had talent-wise weren't like earth-shattering. Like it was just, the GCW guys. Then I saw Eddie Kingston. I was like, okay, see, this is finally a big name. I'm sure they'll announce a few other big names because I'm guessing some contracts of release might end around then. I don't know from which releases, but Ring of Honor people as well could always jump in there. But good for them. Hammerstein Ballroom, I think that's one of my favorite venues to watch a show from. I've never been there, but even just watching it on TV, the atmosphere is usually awesome. And I hope they put on a great show. I hope they make a stacked card for what should be the biggest show of GCW's time so far.
Yeah, I definitely think, hats off to GCW to be able to get to this point. I don't know what their IWTV contract ever was. There goes a cat.
They're honestly probably number 3 in the United States right now.
I was gonna say that I don't know what their contract was with IWTV, but it's seemingly separating from them. They bet on themselves in a way, and they've been able to explode across the country. You can easily make an argument for them to be number 3. I think. They're doing comparable, venues to like New Japan of America. And in terms of hotness, they're definitely exceeding New Japan right now in both America and in Japan. So yeah, I think you can easily make an argument that they're number 3. In hotness, probably even number 2.
I just think like not even hotness. I think as a promotion, like now we look at it, WWE, AEW, and now it's GCW. I think they're above Impact. They're definitely above NWA, and we don't have Ring of Honor anymore. So I think GCW has filled that slot, and I don't know what their long-term goals are, but I hope that they stick to their guns because that's what's gotten them here. And I know a lot of these promotions often don't. And look at Ring of Honor, for example. They didn't stick to their guns. They sold to Sinclair, and that makes sense because Kerry Silkin had to make a dollar. He couldn't do it anymore. And unfortunately, that resulted in its demise more than anything. But I love what GCW is doing, and I hope that more and more of these top talents keep going. I'm excited to see what Eddie Kingston does at that show.
Yeah, I was trying to see real quickly if there was any other like top like non GCW.
I saw the Briscoes and Drew Parker.
Yes, I believe those were the only three that I really saw.
Which Drew Parker, for those who've never seen him, is one of the biggest deathmatch wrestlers in the world right now. I don't watch much deathmatch wrestling, but I've actually went out of my way to watch him. He recently wrestled in DDT as well. He teamed with Chris Brooks. For those who, may know Chris Brooks, he's been here, there, and everywhere. So, yeah, looking good. Show's heating up, and I think they have a few big announcements probably still to go.
Yeah, good on GCW. Next topic point here we're going to talk about is Johnny Gargano. It was announced earlier this week that we already kind of knew that him and Kyle O'Reilly have their contracts coming to a close soon. But it is revealed that Johnny Gargano's contract would have ended was December 3rd, but according to Fightful Select, Johnny Gargano signed a short-term deal to be able to compete in the upcoming NXT War Games scheduled to happen on December 5th. So he extended it another week, seemingly, or at least 2 days, just so that he can get into War Games, probably the NXT following, maybe. So what do you think about, I don't know. So my question for you, Scotty, is one, a contract is still on the table for WWE and Johnny Gargano. One, do you think Gargano ends up staying in WWE or if he leaves? Two, what do you think what do you think is happening over with the NXT at looking at it at large? We have a similar situation of Adam Cole. We have this thing of Johnny Gargano. We have Kyle O'Reilly up in the air as well. What do you think's happening over here?
I had tweeted out that if this is Gargano's last match in NXT, I think it's the best way for him to go out. I mean, teaming with Tommaso Ciampa, it just feels right. I wouldn't even be shocked if he signed one until that last NXT and they did an impromptu Ciampa versus Gargano. I wouldn't be shocked if they did that either. Or even, if he's leaving,
or even a DIY tag team match.
Yes, because I think Triple H respects him so much that he wants him. If he wants to leave, one, he'll understand, because Triple H has literally watched his little NXT empire get decimated, and I think at this point he's just understanding of anyone that wants to move on. But Johnny Gargano he is legitimately the heart of NXT. He's been the heart. Champ has been the soul. Plain like that's. It's just been that way for. I think they've been there 5-6 years now, and it's time. I think it's time that Gargano does seriously consider leaving, because he has nothing left to do in NXT. He hasn't for a long time now, and are we really going to talk ourselves into him having a future on the main roster? Because I don't plan on doing that. There's a reason Adam Cole left. He was a great professional wrestler who had it all, but he was a smaller guy. He didn't have that future. Look at Johnny Gargano. Smaller guy. He can't talk like Adam Cole can. It's the same situation almost. Different ways. I think they offer a little bit different. Gargano might be seen as, better in ring, while Cole's, of course, better on the stick. But either way, I'm sure Gargano, if he's talking to other companies or has been, in contact, I would not be shocked if AEW comes calling at all, because I think this is a situation where Khan's probably looked at it and it's like, well, out of all the NXT roster members that have, joined our roster, Cole was probably number one in terms of popularity ever there. Johnny Gargano is a very close number 2 in terms of the men's side. And then, Ciampa probably 3. And I don't know what Ciampa's future hold. I could see him stay and become a coach because he's older, his neck, I don't think he's necessarily looking for a continuation of his career to reach certain points, if that makes sense. Like Tommaso Ciampa is a different case from Johnny Gargano. Does Johnny Gargano leave? I'm still not too sure. I still think there's a good possibility he stays. I didn't read the update on Candice LeRae's contract, which I'm wondering if that has any control over it. But the idea that in, say, the next 6 months to a year, that AEW could bring in the package deal of Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae, that'd be big time for them. I don't know what Candice situation. Of course, she's pregnant. I know that, but I assume she's going to want to keep wrestling after. So in some form, and I could see AEW being the fit because, less dates. Well, I guess you can have less dates in NXT, but I really don't know what NXT's future holds in terms of, probably going back on the Florida circuit eventually, which they should, because it's a whole new, it's all new talent, and they would get learn a lot from that. So if this is Gargano's final ride, I'm happy he's finishing out during War Games and teaming with Ciampa. It feels right, and he'll probably be the one to take the losing fall if he's leaving.
Yeah, he's gonna be the guy that gets pushed off of the top of the thing. If you're gonna do anything, I mean, I'm fully expecting War Games to have the quote unquote new school come out on top,
as they should.
And if that's the case, you got to have Johnny Gargano. And if he's not wrestling, if we're not doing that tag team match with DIY or a match against Ciampa on Tuesday, then I could fully see Gargano taking the fall, maybe even doing the stretcher job.
Yeah, I can see them do the DIY finish in the match too.
I'm trying to find an update about. I couldn't find an update about Ciampa's contract. But I found this is from WrestlingHeadlines.com. You heard of them?
I have, actually.
According to this website, they are citing the Wrestling Observer newsletter reporting that Candice LeRae's contract will expire in May, but it's believed that the company will add at least a period of time to the contract to cover the hiatus she's been on since announcing her pregnancy back in August. So if that's the case, if they do add time, then she will likely remain under contract until 2023. I feel like if they add time, I get it. I don't get it for an injury, but like pregnancy, like you're adding stuff for a pregnancy, that feels bogus.
I mean, they're still paying her.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So, and I'm sure. Well, think about it, she's gonna work her way back too. Like she's gonna have to work her way back because she's not just gonna step into the ring the day after she had a baby. So it's not gonna happen. But yeah, Gargano is an interesting case. I think wherever he goes, it will be the right decision for him. I don't think this is like Adam Cole. I think Gargano, if he stays with them, it's because of the loyalty and it's because of what they made him become. Because when he was on the indies, he wasn't a major name, and he became a major name in wrestling through NXT.
And I made this point with Adam Cole as well. Adam Cole, when he moved to Dynamite, he was put in front of the biggest audiences he's ever wrestled in.
When he moved to Dynamite.
Yeah. That the one TV show when he moved to Dynamite. When he moved to AEW, and that would be the same thing with Gargano. If you're Johnny Gargano and you're considering, I want to wrestle in front of more people, the question is, do I go to AEW or do I go to WWE? Like, I will become a bigger name if I go to main roster or if I go to the AEW. Which one's going to take care of me the most? That's up to him.
I think the Candice LeRae thing probably has a decent chunk of what he decides to.
I'm sure. But also, for a fact that as soon as Candice LeRae's contract is up, AEW is swooping in hard. That's like a day one they wanted.
Wasn't she originally set for All In and then she signed.
I believe
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, she's like the indie darling for women's wrestling.
Yeah.
So she'd fit well.
Speaking of AEW, they also recently announced the Battle of the Belts. It is going to be similar to the Clash of the Champions show. This is going to be one of those the first of 4 TNT special events. If you remember, they're moving the TBS, but then they're going to be doing 4 special events on TNT. So this one's taking place Saturday, January 8th in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Live,
yeah. So the Bojangles Coliseum. So this would be very interesting. It doesn't say yet how it will be played. I don't know if it's like a pay-per-view sort of thing or if it's gonna be TV or what. I guess it might be TV because it is TNT.
Well, it's TV. It's on TNT.
But yes, January 8th. So if it's same as Clash of Champions, every title's on the line, presumably.
It's good. It's good. I like that. I like just these TV special. I don't know if it's an hour or 2, but it probably has to be 2 if you're doing all 4 title matches.
Showtime is at 7 p.m. So I would presume 2 or maybe 3-4 hours.
Oh, I would not do that.
Well, it depends. It depends if they're doing more matches than just the titles.
Oh yeah,
because if that's the case, I think the TBS title will be there. Yeah,
which could make fill in the gaps really well for when you're waiting on the pay-per-views. So that actually could work out well.
Are there any matches you think are going to be taking place here? I'm thinking this is going to be the Bryan Danielson versus Adam Page match.
I do as well. I know winter is coming up, but
winter is coming.
I think they're building a lot more. They want him to keep fighting all of the Dark Order in singles matches, so they have time. I wouldn't be shocked if they, put it on there, but I feel like you save that for Battle of the Belts because you're not going to have that much time to build up a feud. You have this next month to really kick it into gear before the 8th. And then I don't know if they hold off on Britt Baker versus Riho for there, but that's also a potential match. Sammy Guevara, who the hell knows? He answers an open challenge every week. I honestly have no idea who he'll be wrestling. And hopefully the Lucha Brothers will be wrestling someone different.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the FTR wins the title back and then challenge here. But yeah, no, I think very interesting Battle of the Belts. January 8th, we have Winter is Coming, and then we also have New Year's Smash or whatever the hell it's called. So they got
a lot of shows.
You got a lot of big shows before this show, and then also the TBS debut. So you got a lot of big events coming down the pipeline.
Oh, I wonder if they'll do a TBS title match. Probably not.
Yeah, it depends. Probably not, just because
they'll crown it that week.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think there's a lot of interesting stuff. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff they could play with. We could have a different champion by the time this show happens. Who the hell knows if Sammy Guevara? By the way, I totally believe at this point that the story of Sammy Guevara is he is going to lose the title to
an open challenge, aka Keith Lee,
Johnny Gargano, Kyle O'Reilly.
I don't think he'll lose. I think Kyle O'Reilly will just go with Fish.
The Fiend.
Oh, please, Scotty. I felt pretty good about Keith Lee just walking in and winning the title from night 1.
I feel totally agree.
Like, it just feels too perfect.
But that means we're holding off till February.
I mean, I think Sammy can have a run till February. It's not like he does an open challenge every week. He's not John Cena, so
that's fair. The other bit of news here I want to get to is down in Mexico. We have AAA. It's kind of a preview, kind of a news.
Avocados from Mexico. Have you seen that commercial?
Yeah, I believe I have. The AAA this Saturday is going to be having their Triple Mania.
Oh, this is a match.
Their Tripomania Regia. I can't do Spanish, man. I'm really bad at it. I did Spanish for 2 years. Okay, this is my language arts history.
Mine's worse, no matter what.
I did Spanish for 2 years, 7th and 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to high school and took 3 years of Latin. And then I went to college and took a year of Gaelic.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm impressed.
I only remember how to say hello in Gaelic, and that is it. I have books here. I literally have a book here where I can tell you do some Gaelic phrases.
Wow. I got 6 years of Spanish between middle school and high school. Don't know a lick. My Spanish teacher in high school hated me with all of her might. Fun facts, I'm not a troublemaker. Well, I don't know, whatever. She called my mom in high school, because I was rude and inconsiderate. I don't think that's true. Just one time she told me to read what was on the board, and it happened to say China. But in Spanish, it's China, and I was not having it. And I kept saying China, and she was not happy. I was very bad. I literally asked to cheat off my friend at one point on one of our tests. She didn't have that either. I was bad at Spanish, okay? But in Italian in college, I was good.
Yeah, do the Tony D'Angelo in Italian in college.
I'm Italian, so it makes sense. I have no Spanish bones in my body for 6 years of it. But none of that's true. I never cheated in high school.
Nice save. Anyways, AAA Triple Mania is taking place this Saturday. This is a kind of a mini preview. The big news coming out of this, of course, is with Kenny Omega gone. Kenny Omega recovering from surgeries and whatnot. They had to they replaced his Dream Vikingo match they replaced Kenny Omega with 4 guys. The question for you, Scotty, is do these 4 guys shape up to one Kenny Omega? Do they equal one Kenny Omega? Those 4 guys. Those 4 guys are Samurai Del Sol, the former Kalisto, Jay Lethal, Bibby Fish, and Bandito.
It's Bibbly Fish.
Sorry, Bibbly Fish and Bandito.
Oh, Bandito's cool. I have nothing against Kalisto. Bobby Fish is there. And I don't like Jay Lethal. So there you go.
I love Lucha Vlog being like breaking down whether or not the Mexican audience knows who Bobby Fish is.
Yeah, it's very weird fit. It's very weird. I think Vikingo should win. Clearly, you would think.
Well,
I mean, this is AAA. You never really know.
About to say.
You don't know until it's over. Bandito and him should have some crazy stuff going on, I'm sure. I think I read that they almost did a singles match for them. And then, which they probably should have, instead of this clusterfuck that is Jay Lethal, Bobby Fish, and Kalisto. But good for Kalisto. Good little spot for him. He looked really okay on the Dynamite appearance.
Yeah.
I was going to say good, and I was like,
well,
I don't know about that. I mean, I'm thinking more of Aerostar being meh at best, but interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one for sure.
I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, I'm going to also watch it just to... Because it's... The Omega Vikingo matches was certainly a dream match for a lot of people, especially me. But this, like, GCW Scramble is just, like, now more than ever... Oh, man, I don't know. And it could be, like, a car crash situation where, like, I don't necessarily want to see it, but I want to watch it. I want to see it because it's going to be something to believe, I feel.
Nothing defines pro wrestling better than could be a car crash.
I'm gonna watch it.
Which this absolutely could. I'm gonna watch it. I hope Vikingo wins strictly so he can have more title matches moving forward.
Yeah.
Because that dude's absurd. I wouldn't be shocked if they gave it to Bandito either, actually.
Yeah.
I thought he's gonna work with AAA more.
Well, yeah, forward. Apparently, the thing about Bandito is that this date of the show was also a GCW show that he was booked on. And so he got pulled into AAA, which, that's a title match. I guess that's bigger money probably. But
Couldn't tell you.
but Bandito said in an interview that he doesn't have any other dates beyond this, and and everyone's like, "Well, it's then he's not winning, right?" And then like Lucha Blog and on Twitter is also saying it's AAA, man. Who the hell knows? I mean, he could totally win. Who cares if he has more dates?
I hope Bobby Fish wins
I hope, I hope Bibbly Fish wins. I think that'd be great.
for the chaos itself
Yeah,
of like what is happening to AAA, and I could be like, well, we went from Kenny Omega to Bobby Fish. So just let that process, think about it, and come back to me.
This show also has a couple other matches that are interesting to me. I just want to get if you have any thoughts about them.
Sure.
AAA World Tag Team Title match: FTR versus Lucha Brothers.
Real original. We're seeing this Friday and then Saturday. Is it not? Is this show Saturday?
Yes. So we have a 2 out of 3 falls match on Friday for the AEW title, and then also the AAA title on Saturday.
Oh, I'm gonna have to write it in reverse order in my match guide. That's pain.
We also have the return of Cain Velasquez.
Yes.
Teaming up with Pagano and Psycho Clown versus Rey Scorpion, Taurus, and someone else. It's a mystery, I guess, according to Cage Match. And then there's some other matches in here that are interesting to me. The other one that's really I'm kind of excited to see what this is Dragon Lee and Dralistico versus Laredo Kid and Mystery Person.
Let's discuss that. Dragon Lee should be doing far more than he is right now. AKA, I really miss him in New Japan. He was always great there. Would love if he went back as Ryu Lee, of course. I think that's what he has to go by there. But dude, he's so good. I'll definitely watch that too. Lucha is wild. Lucha is a wild world. Cain Velasquez got his ass beat by Brock Lesnar. Hasn't wrestled since. I saw that they wanted Junior Dos Santos to go there and challenge him with Dan Lambert showing up in AAA, but Junior Dos Santos is fighting an actual fight for Triller or something. So that won't be happening. Hopefully they can do that though, because I think Junior Dos Santos pretty good at wrestling. And I remember when Cain Velasquez was doing the Lucha stuff for 2 minutes before WWE brought him in, and he did a Hurricanrana. So
yeah, I like seeing Cain Velasquez just because he's doing Lucha stuff and not necessarily MMA stuff that WWE wanted. And then maybe then having him and Junior Dos Santos, maybe that could be a cool. I'd love to see them not do MMA stuff, but I also see the draw of them fighting. Moving right along to talking about Stardom Tokyo Super Wars.
Ooh, finally something that I care about.
Yeah, this is I think.
Oh no, I care about trying.
I think if I'm not mistaken, did we just cut off our streams and a bunch of or offline everywhere else apparently? Oh, let me fix that while I'm gonna prep this real quick. Stardom Tokyo Super Wars, of course, took place 11/27. I think, Scotty, if I'm not mistaken, this might be the last big show before 12/29.
Yes. So this is the final pay-per-view of title matches before they've already so after this show 4 matches have now been announced for December 29th, which we'll get to at the end of the show. But they do have a pay-per-view on the 18th of December, which will be a faction tournament in faction warfare in the main event. So it should be a good time, because I think that little pay-per-view show that they're having before the 29th is going to be a lot of fun. There'll be 4 faction teams fighting, and then the main event will be the match where the loser goes to Queen's Quest or Oedo Tai, which is terrifying as a fan. But the factions are Stars, and they haven't announced exactly how many people are wrestling. I'm guessing 4, because DDM probably won't have Julia back by then, but it'll be Stars, DDM, Cosmic Angels, and the Joshi promotion Marvelous will bring in their own team, which involves Takumi Iroha. So always cool with them joining in. So that should be a fun little show. And then, of course, December 29th, which I will go down the current card that they've already announced because they have some major matches. All, I believe it's all talent built from within Stardom. That's pretty cool, except for Tam, probably off the top of my head. Well, and Shuri. Shuri's different, but Shuri be different. But let's go over the card because it was an interesting show.
Sure. It was okay.
I was like, I don't have the card in front of me. I mean, I could do it off the top of my head, but this is your job.
That's fair enough. You got me there. Starting off with the main event, you know how
are we live again?
Yeah, we're fixed. Yeah, sorry, folks. I don't know what happened there. We dropped.
Do I have to retweet it?
Yeah, I guess you should. I tweeted out a thing, but yeah, I don't know what happened there, folks. We apparently dropped the stream and we refixed it. These are the things that happen sometimes, I guess. Anyways, Stardom Tokyo Super Wars main event, of course, was for the World of Stardom title match. Utami Hayashishida defeating Micah in 23 minutes and 43 seconds. Scotty, thoughts?
My dude Dave Meltzer was out there giving Utami praise before this match, and I was like, my guy. She's just so good. It's very unfair, actually, because she's only been wrestling for 3 years now. I don't even know if we've gone to full 3, but she just gets better and better. She's still adding to the arsenal. I tweeted out a video last night of the belly to belly she hit on Micah in this match, where Micah was running full speed at her and she just tossed her. I was like, see, this is more of what I want to see out of Utami. I want her because I will say, while she's had this incredible year, one of the best wrestlers in the world right now, when it comes down to the final awards, if you think of who had the title reign of the year, she's going to be at the very top. She's probably number one for me, but she's still evolving as a wrestler. She's still adding moves to the move set, and that's scary because I like to try to think ahead of what will the final product be. And as someone that has kind of hinted at trying to be the Okada for Stardom that Okada was for New Japan, it sounds like she's going to be in here for the long haul. She's not going to, because Joshi wrestlers, they can retire at any age because it's just how it goes. But then there's the Joshi wrestlers who live on forever. Aja Kong, the list goes on. Yeah. So I think Utami's going to stick around for a long time, and this is just the beginning of her greatness. And I thought her match with Micah here, another great title defense. I think Micah deserves a lot of praise as well for how good she's gotten over the year. These two have really good chemistry. This is kind of like your heavyweight battle. This isn't they're not strikers, both of them. They're very much suplexes and some judo stuff, and just a lot of good exchanges they had in this, or the clotheslines. There was a point in this match where they just kept smashing each other clotheslines, and I loved that spot because they were like just hitting each other as hard as possible. This was a great match, and the right person, of course, won.
Yeah, I thought this was a great match. Utami, 3 years of experience. She started in August of 2018. She's only 23 years old. It is remarkable how great she is in such a trained by Kagetsu. That makes sense. That helps. I love Dave
and Hazuki.
I love Dave putting in the work to be like, yeah, guys, got to get eyes on this, because Utami is. Yeah, it is, very similar to an Okada level thing. She is this good this early.
Yeah.
She's got plenty of time left, to wrestle this sort of style, wrestle this kind of way. Like, she is unbelievable. And the entire time during her reign, they've been building up other people. I thought, obviously they're building up Shuri for December. I thought Micah has been built up well as well. This match was great. I thought Micah was great in here. I love just, big women slapping meat, as it were, I guess.
Yeah, they're two of they're just rocks of
Yeah.
just they're so good.
Micah, I'm coming around to the idea that Micah might be my legit favorite of Stardom.
Mike is great.
I'm chiseling my Stardom fandom.
It takes time.
And the reveal could be that it is Micah who is the one for me.
You got some good stock in that one because there will be a title reign probably within the next 2 years.
I think so. I think
it's inevitable.
Great. I think she's great. I love the work that they put in here. Like I said, hard hitting action, hard. I mean, even they're not huge strikers. It was more power moves, but the lariats themselves were brutal. I love and I love the continuation of the Utami story of she is an endurance monster. That one lariat that Micah barely does anything. And Utami's like, good try, picks her up and just wallops her. Yeah, I just love this story, continuation of the story that, Utami is just this endurance monster that if you're going to take her down, it has to be the length. You have to be able to work that length. And we've obviously know that she can easily go longer than 23 minutes here. In terms of the kayfabe of the whole story. But yeah, I thought this was a great match. I thought this is outstanding. Obviously, best match on the card for me. I'm a big fan of Micah. Best match on the
card, no doubt.
Big fan of Micah. Micah because it's Micah doing a little bit of story stuff in here as well instead of just big beef. So
I love the end where she just had nothing left, and Utami's like, "Well, gotta kill you now."
Whoops. Gotta kill you.
Utami really is. I wrote, people were getting just angry about Utami on Twitter this week and acting like, well, she's good, but she's not great yet. I was like, shut up. Shut up. No, we're not having any of this. She is the star that Joshi needed. That is the perfect way to describe Utami. She is the star that they needed to,
I would say, consistent star.
Yes, I mean Mayu is incredible, but there's something about the power of just like Utami. Like you see her make the entrance, you see her just wrestle, and I think Mayu Iwatani is one of the absolute best in the world. But just something about Utami and what she's doing right now and moving forward that just makes me think, I don't know how you dethrone her. I don't know if we've actually gotten to that point, and we'll preview it next month, but I've gotten to the point where I'd actually be stunned if Shuri would win that title. I don't think it's the move.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
And they're building to Utami potentially beating the Io Shirai record of 14 title defenses, I think, with that title, which is absurd. And I just dream of the idea that they do Utami versus Io Shirai. That would be everything Rossi could ever dream of.
That would be a great move. You said 14 title defenses?
I believe so.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 title defenses. Yeah. And then she lost.
She's still a couple off, but wouldn't be shocked if she got past Shuri. I know a lot of people are rooting for Shuri. I was at one time, but now I'm like 50-50. I have no idea, which is a good thing.
This would be Utami's 9th, assuming she doesn't defend the title between now and December. Shuri will be her 10th.
Interesting.
I mean, if you can if you're Rossi and you can hear a pipeline that Io Shirai wants out or something, or
Kairi Sane, who tweeted out a what's the sand time thingy? What's it called?
No, you're right. Sand time thingy.
Yeah. Well, she tweeted that out, and everyone started freaking out, and I was like, That would be big if that's where she made her return, just to be like, "Hi, I'm here." That'd be cool.
Well, I'm saying
And have
that could
one
be
final run.
that could be a good 14th title defense, Utami versus Kairi.
Yeah, I don't
Defend
know
the
if she
honor of
actually gets to
Shirai.
14. I can see them hold off to her next reign because there's this wrestler named Julia who I know is very much going to win that title very soon. It's just a matter of her being healthy as well. But I don't know. I'm loving it right now.
That's what I mean. If you're Rossi and you can, if you can,
I don't
get
know if they get
word-
EO.
If you can, I don't know if you get EO. That only depends on her contract situation. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
If you can get Kairi, then it is sort of like maybe we hold off for the 14th title defense, and maybe
Yeah.
like if Utami retains in December, I would be like, ooh, maybe a Kairi thing around the corner. I don't know. But I thought this match was great. I thought it was outstanding work, and I can't wait for more.
Match of the night.
Wonder of Stardom title match. Tam Nakano defeating Mina Shirakawa in 17 minutes and 12 seconds.
The match that I decided Tam Nakano's title reign can end. I did not have a great time. I had a time. It wasn't always great. Some of it was like, okay, I like this, but it was very messy. It was a very messy match. I felt they lost their direction a little bit because, Mina has this whole new character going on, which was like everyone was calling it Joker-esque. And then she kind of forgot about it a few times in the match, and they just kind of wrestled. And I was like, listen, I love story in matches. I love story driving a match. This is not what I necessarily love. I thought this was probably the weakest of Tam's title reign so far.
Yeah, how do you feel about Mina's new? I've saw Dark Angel, Fallen Angel, gimmick here.
I wouldn't be shocked if it was gone within like the next month.
Yeah, it was just used for this.
Yeah, it's a weird gimmick to just stroll out there when you don't really talk about it too much on your actual shows, but just kind of like online. I thought the video leading into the match was interesting, but I don't know. I mean, it sets her apart, but I also don't. I don't know. No, not for me.
That's fair. I thought this match was good. I wasn't like blown away or anything. It definitely wasn't.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, that's fair.
It definitely wasn't comparable to the Unagi Nakano match.
Right. And people would say Mina is a better wrestler than Unagi. So that's why I think I'm still let down.
Yeah, I think I think part of the issue here, and I think you're kind of right, is that part of the issue is that this match had more story, and not more story, because it wasn't even just story, it was more character work than anything else. The match sort of hinged on this sort of character work,
right.
And you kind of feel, and I also kind of agree, that the character work wasn't exactly all there. I didn't really completely connect to the character in a way. I enjoyed Mina before. I enjoyed her character work before. I understand trying to be like more hard, gritty for this sort of semi-main match, but I don't know. It didn't really click for me, and I think that it caused the match to suffer because, again, we're going for character work. There was some cool spots in here, but I don't know. It wasn't blow away.
The basic story that they had going into it was Mina being angry that Tam only ever cared about her old partners and old group mates like Arisa Hoshiki and Mayu Iwatani, and Mina was like, pay attention to me. And then she went sadistic and got her fiend character going, and I was like, oh, that's okay, whatever. People like the match. I thought it was fine. It was fine, but I think it could have reached a point where it could have been so much better.
I think ultimately that's what it is that expectations for us were a little bit higher. I was expecting more from Mina. I think you probably were as well. You were probably my expectations for Tam are always kind of like low. I guess they were a little bit higher because it was a fellow Cosmic Angel. But like I've said it before, I've noticed that trend where it's just like, if she's
Tam's a weird wrestler for people to grasp, which is very fair.
if she doesn't necessarily show up, then she doesn't necessarily show up, and that's what it is, I guess.
Yeah, I think Tam's last match that her match with Utami was great at the 5-star finals.
Mhm.
That was awesome.
Mhm.
It was different too because she won. People forget that she won. She
Yeah.
beat Utami clean. That doesn't happen in singles. Her match with Unagi was great. Her match with Mayu will make me bash my head in for the next, couple months still because it just could have been so much better. Yeah, Tam's weird. Tam's weird.
Yeah. SWA, Undisputed World Women's Title, 5-star Grand Prix contract, and UWF rules match here. Shuri defeating Konami. Konami returns to lose by knockout
of course.
in 13 minutes and 6 seconds. I mean, obviously, I say return to lose, but yeah, I mean, of course, with the Grand Prix contract on the line, we're not going to be doing anything else there. What do you think about this match? I thought this was
second half was great. I thought the second half was great when they started striking and whatnot. The grappling and stuff, it will never be. The UWF rules are weird. They're really weird.
Yeah.
And it's hard to gauge a match when, they're trying to use that realness, but at the same, it's weird. I thought the second half was great when Konami just started hitting strikes, and I liked her whole, the MMA look. I thought I thought that fit her really well.
Yeah.
And I thought her and Shuri had a great final half to the match. The opening half, it was a lot of grappling, and that's just, how it goes. I'm happy they brought out the strikes though, because that's what they're best at.
Yeah.
In my opinion. And it made up for anything that I was not fully feeling at the beginning.
Yeah, I was a little light on this match. I thought it was okay. I liked some of it. I do think some of it might have been the match, the first match Konami has coming back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She had a match with Lady C.
Well, I mean,
on the weekend, but
sure, of course,
full on wrestle 16 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought it was fine. I liked it. I agree that the UWF rule stuff is a little weird. I like wrestling and striking and grappling, and I like sort of that stuff. I enjoy some of those things, but
it's so much stop and go though.
Yeah,
in the UWF, and I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't care for that. If it's like that, then that's why I kind of enjoy the pure wrestling, which is similar, but it is just one big thing, and you kind of just go through it. And I don't know.
Yeah. Rope breaks are different.
If this match wasn't UWF, in a weird way, I think it would have been better.
It would have.
If you just did the same match and just made it UWF, maybe I would have enjoyed it a little bit more.
Yeah.
High-speed title match. Starlight Kid defeating Kagama in 8 minutes and 33 seconds. I thought again, I've talked about it before. I was a little light on this entire show in a weird way.
It was one of their weaker shows of the year.
Yeah. I've been light on Kagama before, but I am high on Starlight Kid. I thought Starlight Kid brought up Kagama a little bit more for me. And I thought Kagama was able to do a good job in this spot, especially in the high-speed title match style. And I enjoyed Starlight. I enjoy Starlight Kid. I said it before. I really enjoying what she's doing. I'm a big fan of it. And then, of course, at the end of the match, we got Azume coming out to do another challenge. Feels like a classic other challenge for Azume.
Yeah. So this match I thought was really good for the high speed. I think they actually went high speed for once, rather than kind of just have high speed in what is a regular match. So that's why I enjoyed it. I saw a lot of people adoring it. I thought it was good. I definitely wasn't on the fence of, this is amazing, this is great. It was very good, and it got the point across because they're clearly saving something for Ryogoku Sumo Hall, which we'll get to at the end of this little review. They have a bigger match in plans with the top high speed wrestlers in the company, and I'm not going to complain. It gave Starlight Kid another big win, and I am all for that.
Yes, I in the same exact boat. I'm enjoying what Starlight Kid's doing, so just give me more of the same, I guess. Wonder of Stardom title #1 contendership. Of course, we saw Saya Kamatani, who won this match, challenge, make the official challenge, I guess, quote unquote, after Nakano's match later in the night. But it was Saya who defeated Natsupoi and Himeka. What do you think about this match, Scotty?
I thought this was, well, okay. So, gotta give you some preference here. So, during the live viewing of this match, the sound went out. Stardom was having a problem with their streaming. The sound went out before the match started. The video was all a mess, so you just really missed their entrances, which was fine. But the sound was out. So I watched this entire match with no sound, which is whatever. I can get through that. But I probably missed some like very loud, like when Himeka hit one of her clotheslines, that probably made a very loud noise. I like this a lot because Stardom's triple threats are usually like, they're on the show just to be on the show. I thought the Himeka Natsupoi story played very well because it allowed Himeka just to wreck everybody.
Yeah.
Natsupoi hit a German suplex on Himeka in this match where I just, oh, okay, cool. Thought it was terrifying. And then the finish where Natsupoi went with the fairy blink and was reversed and rolled up by Saya. That was a very clean looking and solid finish. Keeps everyone strong. You don't always want to give Saya's Phoenix Splash away either. Like, that's a very important move to protect.
Yeah.
You don't want to just toss it in there. So I thought that was a good way to end it. This was a great undercard match, if that makes sense. Like that, it's not a title match. It fit exactly what you want it to be. High paced, 100% action, and it doesn't overstay its welcome.
Yeah, no, I thought they went out and did a great job. Less than 8 minutes, a little less than 8 minutes. This is the perfect spot. I always enjoy, like, if you're gonna do a triple threat, make it actually quick, make it fast, make it moving, constantly moving. Because the whole idea is that you have a third person in there. In a weird way, it should take less time. Yeah, it should take less time because someone's coming in to constantly do something. Natsupoi was great. Saya, I enjoyed the losers of this match in a weird way more than Saya.
Yeah, Saya didn't do a lot in this. It was which I actually kind of thought going in because the story was Natsupoi and Himeka pissed at each other, and like that was clearly the story. And Saya was just like, "Hey, how you doing?" Because like the first couple minutes, or not minutes, but first like 30 seconds was Himeka just beating the shit out of Poi. And Saya was like, "Oh yeah, I'm here too." So like, this wasn't about. It was about Saya, but it wasn't at the same time. And I think that's okay. I think that because we know what she can do, and she does, incredible things. But she didn't need to here, and I think that's always good that you save what she does for special occasions too. Which is why I brought up the Phoenix Splash. Like, she just needed to fill in the gap. She did a springboard crossbody to the outside, which is cool. But they kept her very laid back to tell the other story, which I thought was smart.
Do you think? I guess we'll get to that in the preview. But
I will say it at the end of the show.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. But I do think Saya is the right person to win this match. I'll just say, and then of course, Himeka and Natsupoi, seemingly, I guess, not the seemingly,
they're friends again.
They're friends again, so a win's a win, I guess.
TBM doesn't last long, angry at each other, like, oh well.
Yeah, you gotta blow some steam. Other stuff that happened on the show as well was the 6-man tag team match, Stars versus Oedo Tai.
Yeah, that was nothing.
Yeah. Any big stuff? I mean, I'm enjoying Hazuki. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Hazuki and Stars, I think, is a good spot.
Hazuki should be in a featured match on every show, and she's not. Like, she wasn't, and it's fine. But like, you had her and Mayu just chilling here, which is they're
on the hamster wheel, as it were.
Yeah, you had these two chilling. You had Momo and Azumi chilling, which is fine. It's fine. Hazuki and Mayu work very well together already, so should be interesting if they ever actually want to just pair them as a tag team, which great.
Who are the tag champs?
Julia and Shuri, so that those titles will not be defended anytime soon.
That's why that's why I haven't seen those titles in a while.
Yeah, they were like, they said if Micah and Shuri won the tournament, they'd be the champions, but Julia was like, I'm not giving him up otherwise. I was like, okay.
Interesting, Julia. Julia's got a lot of sway in the back office, it seems like.
Oh, she sure does. She always has. Well, not always, but she has a lot of sway. She's like, nah, I'm good. My belt.
Azumi and Momo Watanabe defeating the team of Lady C and Unagi Sayaka. Any thoughts?
Very good undercard match that had no right to be that good. Moaz is incredible, so I'm not shocked.
It was pretty good.
The opener we don't have to talk about.
Future Stardom, Ruaka to retain the title against these other two people. And that match is fine. That match is totally fine.
What I did want to just say is that Stardom Dream Queendom, which is the December 29th show, now has 4 official matches, which is big time. So the High Speed Championship will be defended by Starlight Kid against Azumi and Koguma. That should be nuts. I still think they should have just did Kid and Azumi, but whatever. Those are like the 3 high speed aces of sorts.
Yeah.
So
a one-on-one match is always better, but we just said it. If they keep it short, then it should be totally great.
You have a Future of Stardom title match. Ruaka will defend against Hannon, which is a big deal long term because I think a lot of people see Hannon as the future ace of this promotion, which is saying a lot, but she has a lot of potential. She works with Mayu. She's very pure babyface. And going against Ruaka, this is the match for the future. They won't break records or anything. They're going to have a fine little match, but big deal there. Tam Nakano will defend the Wonder of Stardom Championship against Saya Kamatani once again. And I think there is no doubt as there will be a new champion that night. I don't think he beat Saya twice in this title reign. I just wouldn't make sense to me. I think that's a good time to have her win. I always thought Maya was going to be the one to win it, but that's okay. And of course, Utami Hayashida will defend her World of Stardom Championship in the rematch of rematches of Stardom's year. Maybe the most anticipated rematch in Stardom history, as she defends against Shuri in a unlimited time limit match. So no limits, no 30 minutes to stop them. They will wrestle until they can't wrestle no more. Not 60 minutes. No time limit. I don't think they touch 60 minutes. I'm thinking they probably just go over what they did in their 43 minutes, which is going to be very difficult for them to recreate. And I hope they have a different plan. I mean, we've watched Utami and Micah wrestle 3 times this year, and I feel like all of their matches have managed to be different. And I think Shuri is a better overall wrestler right now than probably everyone in Stardom. So, well, not everyone, but for the most part. And I would like if they just went 35 minutes or so. I think that would be a good spot for them, but instead of trying to push it.
But we all know what the story is, and the story is that pushing that is undoubtedly going to happen. It's 100% going past 45.
Yeah, which is Could be bad. Could be good.
Hey,
I don't know.
but
Match times don't decide a good match.
that's true. I mean, look at the Omega Okada matches. You know, if this is a similar idea, these are two great wrestlers. Then I want to see two great wrestlers have a great match.
I made the
comparison the entire time.
I made the comparison when the first match happened to that because it was a match that makes people notice. It's not, it's very different matches, but it's a match that makes people notice because Kenny and Okada helped bring a lot of eyes to New Japan.
Yep.
And I think Utami and Shuri are doing that as well. So it should be very interesting to see what they do. I think, general thoughts, let's see what changes within the next month. We are pretty much a month out. It's the 28th today. General thoughts, I think Aphrodite ends the night both holding gold. I think that's an image they want at the close of the show, which would make a lot of sense. But we'll see.
And how dare Stardom have this match take place December 29th as the year-end awards are nearing our...
They hate me. It's on a Wednesday.
It's like this match won't be nominated for year-end award because, come on, it's December 29th. We gotta have it done beforehand.
The show is on a Wednesday.
How dare you? How dare you?
Like, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna win my match to the year or anything, because that's just asking way too much of them to beat what they did already. But I feel like I have to wait.
Survivor Series. Let's move into Survivor Series. Speaking of expectations, I guess these were not the great expectations.
I had none.
How do I transition out of this? So whereas Stardom is very good and they're making a lot of good choices and making a lot of consequential decisions,
this is just hurting you, isn't it?
Survivor Series was one of the most inconsequential pay-per-views. You could have easily not watched this and been totally fine. There wasn't a single blow away match that's you gotta watch this. There wasn't a single, there wasn't even there wasn't title changes or anything, even booking decisions. Arguably, you can argue that the booking decisions were bad in some cases. I don't know what is happening. Every single time we do a show like this for pay-per-views or whatnot, I always say, I don't know what is happening in WWE. I don't know what they're trying to do other than this specifics of we want this person to win and only this person to win. And that is always frustrating, obviously.
I have some pluses from the show. I have more. I don't know if they're minuses or who gives a fuck. There's a lot of those. I guess we'll just break down the card.
Your main event of Survivor Series, of course, was Roman Reigns against Big E. 22-minute match here, where Roman Reigns defeats Big E clean as a sheet, middle of the ring. After Big E doing a big push at the front, Roman Reigns essentially kind of dominated the 2/3 of the match.
Roman wins. LOL. Anyway, said it. We knew. Maybe they should, but they won't. Roman winning makes sense because you don't want to just give away the first big loss. I understand that. He doesn't have any. He hasn't lost.
But it would have been a loss that isn't a title. It doesn't matter.
It was the one time you could let him lose, and it would be fine.
Yeah. And then he would have that one blotch. He can be the champion for another 6 months and have that one blotch there.
I enjoyed the second half of the match. That the first half was very missable, very there, which is whatever.
Yeah.
It could have been a lot better. I think they have a better match in them. We saw Big E have some good matches with Drew and Bobby over the past month. When I say we, I mean the 4 people that watch Raw.
me and my grandma.
Actually, he fought Drew McIntyre at Saudi Money 7. I'm not saying it. It was fine.
Yeah.
It's a lifeless show.
Yeah. The bigger news talking point item here, I guess, would probably rather be Scotty. Big E. This man loses clean the sheet. He's your WWE champion. He's not even protected in this match. I don't even know if you can make an argument. I was trying to think of like maybe you can make an argument. No, they protected the demon Finn Balor, which was a dumb protection. You know, having the rope break from beneath him,
Right.
and then he just loses. That was incredibly dumb. We buried that when that happened. But here's your WWE champion, the champion of another brand, losing clean as a sheet just to put Roman over. Is this? Is Big E the star? Is Big E, is his reign good? What's happening?
I guess it's probably early. Like it's early in his reign that it's fair. Like he beat Drew McIntyre clean. That's a big win for him. I'm
gonna look up his matches so we see so far.
He's fought him, Bob, and
won the title off of Bobby Lashley in the cash-in. He had the steel cage match with Bobby Lashley. He had another match after the steel cage match against Bobby Lashley that ended in no contest.
No, that was before. I think cage match just puts it in the other way.
Oh yeah. No, it was the same night. They did no contest, and then they made it a steel cage match because the no contest was the first match in the show, and the steel cage match was your main event.
Right.
Then Drew McIntyre, and then Austin Theory and then Survivor Series was what happened, and then Austin Theory because of an egg, which we'll get to. Egg.
Fucking egg. Oh. I feel like I didn't have to talk about this anymore, but I definitely do. Whatever. We can move on. It's just
there's no confidence in Big E. I don't feel any confidence in Big E.
No, it's so sad. They could, of course, turn it around, but I don't think he's gonna have a long title reign. I think he could, lose to Seth Rollins, and no one would actually be shocked. For example.
Probably not. Raw versus SmackDown Survivor Series women's match here. We got Team Raw, Bianca Belair, Carmella, Liv Morgan, Queen Zelina, and Rhea Ripley defeating the team of Natalya, Sasha Banks, Shayna Baszler, Shotzi, and Toni Storm. If I remember correctly, Bianca Belair was your your sole survivor.
Yeah, she won. It was 4-on-1. Team turned on Sasha, got her counted out, and then Bianca pinned the rest. This match was not great. The best parts were, Toni Storm getting a little love. She eliminated 2 people, and anything Sasha and Bianca did together. That's what the crowd ate up, and reasonably so. It's almost like people wanted to see this match again, and WWE said, let's break them up and put them on different brands.
WWE said this is already an inconsequential pay-per-view, so let's not give anyone what they actually want because it doesn't matter. So let's do something that also just have her pin Sasha. Just have her eliminate Sasha. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You literally just you pin Big E. Clearly you don't care.
They're on different brands. They won't touch for another ideally year.
Yeah, again, it doesn't matter. None of it mattered. None of it.
Can we talk about Toni Storm having 2 eliminations and then getting pied in the face on Friday?
The pie in the face. I was like, oh, so that was a good run. See ya next month's releases.
Oh my God.
I just have no hope in this company. Everyone I watch wrestle now, I'm like, well, they might get released. I don't know. They seem important enough that they might be like, but really?
It's crumbs.
And
crumbs,
It's so sad because I like Toni Storm a lot. She should make a lot of sense in WWE because she's good in the ring. She has a good look. It should be a fan favorite.
Feels like exactly what they want.
Yeah, but let's, put pie on her face and just have her do nothing about it. Because sure. Also, fuck Charlotte. Can't stand her. I just want to put that out there. Whatever. Whatever.
RK Bro, Randy Orton Riddle defeating the team of Jimmy and Jay Uso.
Mr. Survivor Series won. He won again. Hit a great RKO in this. That's about all I remember from the match.
This match was all about Randy Orton.
It was a Raw tag team match.
It was a Raw tag team
happened to be on pay-per-view and had a cool RKO, which really, anytime I watch a Randy Orton match, all I wanted is a cool RKO. So I guess it delivered.
That's true. That's true. My big thing is always just like this match served to build up Randy Orton more. It's just like I don't know why we're doing that. I don't know.
I'm a supporter of Randy Orton. A lot of people hate Randy Orton. I actually like Randy Orton a lot.
I like Randy Orton as well. I'm just saying.
I know.
With the 4 people in this match, why was this match built around building up Randy Orton?
I mean, the only person you really wanted to build would be Riddle, but Riddle was part of speaking out. I can get over him not getting built up and it just being Randy Orton.
The Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson 25th anniversary Battle Royale sponsored.
Oh, this is so bad.
Sponsored by Pizza Hut. Omos wins the match. Blue Chipper Omos, who needs
not
to
only
win.
Not only did Omos win the match, but the Undertaker went on the bump this week and said, we'll never see another Andre, but this guy, he's close. And I was like, what? I was like, people were like, Andre wasn't good. I was like, yeah, maybe the Andre that you saw, but there's literal.
Watch some New Japan Andre. Watch anything
Andre was
other
nice.
than WWE.
Almost can't move. It's fine. You're building up a monster. That's fine. That's what you want to do with these guys. But almost all he did in this match was throw people out of the ring. That's all he did. He didn't do moves. He just threw people out of the ring.
Hey, man, it's a battle royal. That's the point of the match.
I know. The match wasn't great. It was really bad. Bad battle royal. I thought the battle royal on Smackdown was a lot better, and it's still a battle royal. So, yeah, they did 2 battle royals in a week. Just what are we doing here? Not only did they do 2 in a week, they did one to crown the Universal Champions #1 contender, which Sami Zayn won, baby. We love to see it. Even though he might not get the match. the way they insinuated at the end of the show, they were like, yeah, well, Brock's back, so fuck you.
My favorite part about this match was that
the pizza.
This entire pay-per-view, and so many people had issues with it, of course.
Oh, the Rock stuff.
This entire pay-per-view was building around celebrating the Rock, and really all of it was a cash grab for a Netflix movie and Pizza Hut. And I love that this match, billed as Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's 25th anniversary of his debut, was sponsored by Pizza Hut, and the majority of the match was built around pizza.
I saw someone tweet, "Don't get treated like WWE in their honoring of The Rock. Don't be WWE in the situation where he just doesn't show up." And I was like, yeah, they couldn't get him to do a pre-tape.
They couldn't get him to do a pre-tape. Instead, they're like, look,
tells you about the product.
Let's just get Pizza Hut in on this. They got that new thing, I guess. That's big.
We're not talking about Pizza Hut. Nope. Continue. Just get next match.
Pizza Hut's good. Pizza's good.
I haven't had Pizza Hut in a bit.
I've been eating. I don't
have any really around here.
There are not a lot of Pizza Hut near me, but we got Papa John's, and Papa John's starting doing stuffed crust as well. And I'm a big stuffed crust guy.
I like stuffed crust. That's the only reason I ever liked Pizza Hut.
Same thing.
Because we used to have stuffed crust in school, and the pizza part wasn't good, but the stuffed crust was always nice.
I just remembered I have 2 slices of stuffed crust Papa John's downstairs in the fridge, so I know what I'm eating after the show.
You just got literally amped.
I'm amped now. So thank you, Pizza Hut, for reminding me that I have pizza in my fridge.
And it's not even Pizza Hut pizza.
Your service will not be forgotten.
Yeah. What's the next match? I have no idea.
Well, I think this will be a good time to roll on into egg talk.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about the egg.
So
the fucking egg.
This show was an inconsequential fever dream. We start the show. Remember, a couple days prior, Vince McMahon fired 9 people. Shouldn't be laughing, but he comes out of a limo to an uproar of applause from people begging not to be fired soon. And then Vince says,
was front and center. Just saying.
And then Vince, his genius, tells them to pause, reaches back into the limo, and pulls out a single egg for your troubles. A single golden egg.
It gets worse.
Worth, what did he say? $10 million?
$100 million. And then later in the night is when he made Roman Reigns go into the office to explain to him that the egg was Cleopatra's egg. And Roman's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, Roman was legitimately giving him the reaction that we were all giving, which is why Roman Reigns deserves he deserves his praise. And then
real quickly, I want to break down that part. Roman comes in, the guy's prepping for his main event, and he's coming just so Vince McMahon can show off an egg. Which, by the way, I'm gonna say this here, and this is gonna be my conspiracy theory. Why are we having Roman Reigns be the egg person? So that we don't suspect Roman would have stolen the egg later. I think this was supposed to be like, oh yeah, we're having Roman see this egg, and he's gonna blow it off and be like, I don't care about this thing. I'm gonna get more money in my contract. Just so that we can absolve, like, oh, Roman would never steal the egg. Oh, no. Roman has no interest in this egg because he's fine. He makes money.
$100 million?
They could have had any wrestler be in that spot, but they had Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And then yes, what happened next, Scotty?
Yeah. So Roman goes, wow, it's almost as much as my next contract. And then Vince gives a look, and I was like, wow, they did this 1 week after they released 9 people due to budget cuts. Budget cuts. Are we kidding?
Do you think this egg, in kayfabe, by the way, and I love Vince McMahon explaining that, no, this is not the prop. This is the real thing that inspired the prop in the movie.
That was funny. That was very bad. Let's not forget that this company signed Bret Hart to a 20-year contract, and then a year later said, "Yeah, we can't do this. You can leave." Let's just never forget what company we're talking about here.
This may be an inappropriate joke here, Scotty, but I will say it. Do you think this egg...
So you're gonna say it anyways?
Yeah, of course. Because it's funny to me. Do you think this egg, this kayfabe dumb prop egg, in kayfabe, costs...
That's the real egg.
Costs, my apologies, Cleopatra's real egg. Do you think this egg costs more than the 9 contracts of the people they released? Like...
in kayfabe, yes.
Feel like in kayfabe it does, and that infuriates me so much.
Probably. I let's move on. I can't talk about the egg anymore. I've already given the egg more of my time.
Well, the rest of the egg story is that that Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville are there. He's showing off the egg. There's no egg there. And then on Monday Night Raw, it's revealed that that Austin Theory stole the egg to take a selfie with it, and he's just gonna return it.
And then they got a title match
for no punishment for stealing it. He's just like, just a selfie. Which also, can we real quickly? I know we're trying to go off this topic, but real quickly,
You've been waiting to talk about the damn egg.
This is the most excited thing I had to talk about this entire pay-per-view. Can we really just say, I don't know who wrote this, but 100% the person that wrote this skit for Vince McMahon 100% read the podcast interview about how Matt Cardona texts Vince McMahon all the time and how Vince was always on his phone. Because for whatever reason, Vince was on his phone the entire time texting people. What are we? I don't know. Anyways, Raw versus SmackDown Men's Survivor Series match. Austin Theory, Bobby Lashley, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, and Seth Rollins defeat the team of Drew McIntyre, Happy Corbin, Jeff Hardy, King Woods, and Sheamus. Your final two are Hardy and Rollins, with Rollins being the sole survivor. The energy dies. We talk about this show. The energy's like, oh well.
The egg was always gonna ruin my energy.
I'm here for the egg, man. I'm a Miss Dr. Robotnik kind of guy. Eggman for the win.
I thought they designed this match well, the way they did most of it. Having it come down to Hardy and Rollins, very smart. I think Hardy legitimately might be the loudest cheered babyface in the company, which is absolutely wild to me, seeing he did nothing for the past year, debatably 2 years. So credit to him on that.
The loudest cheered babyface that is absolutely booked to do nothing.
Yeah. Well, now I think they're actually like centering him on SmackDown as one of the top baby faces. But yeah, he did nothing for literally a year. He lost to Jinder Mahal on main event, for example.
He beat Karrion Kross. He beat Karrion Kross. That's pretty good.
Yeah, he did. And he beat him so bad that he's no longer with the company. Rollins has to have more accolades, like impressively different accolades than anyone in WWE history. I was thinking about it here. So he's a sole survivor now. Mm-hmm. He won the Royal Rumble. He's won Money in the Bank. He's won every title possible. I'm probably missing many things. He just needs like King of the Ring and he's set. Like he's got everything. And I think King Rollins would actually probably work because he's already a dick most of the time. So, but
yeah,
much as Vince McMahon hates indie guys, he sure loves Seth Rollins.
That is true. Yeah, I wonder if anyone else has gotten everything. The King of the Ring is the hard one.
Was Edge ever a sole survivor? I'll Google. You could talk about the match.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I thought this match. I like this match. I actually really like this match. I thought it was really good. I
always liked the elimination matches.
Yeah, well, one of them at the very least.
At least one.
I thought this match was really good. I thought there was good work in. Kevin Owens did the Seth Rollins spot from last year. What I don't like, I thought there was good work, but I thought the booking was bad, and I spoke about before that I think the booking is real dumb. Because I don't like how this match, if I remember, it was this match had the Kevin Owens countout, and then this match also had, I believe it was McIntyre and Bobby Lashley do a double countout. And then of course in the Women's Survivor Series we do Sasha Banks countout. I don't recall if anyone else got counted out, but I don't like how we are just skirting eliminations by doing countouts. Again, I said it before, I'll say it again.
Why? That's the name of the podcast network, my guy.
You got me there. I should be rooting for countouts. We should be. I don't know what we should be doing, but we should be doing like a pay-per-view bit where if someone gets counted out, then we give away one free pizza from Papa John's. Maybe that's a fun bit to do. And then if someone gets hit into the ring post, then we give out $1 billion in eggs. Yeah, but I thought there was good work in here. I just thought the booking was dumb because just have someone lose. Like I said, the pay-per-view at bad build, the pay-per-view was ultimately inconsequential. You have separate brands. So presumably these people won't touch for another 9 months to a year or whatever. So why not just do pins? Because it
Yeah, he
doesn't
was
matter.
never one, by the way.
He was never a sole survivor. So
No, so he is a king of the ring, and Rollins has that.
So Edge just has was Edge presumably
Edge
he
is
was
back tomorrow, by the way.
I presume Edge has been a US champion and or a
He's a Grand Slam, yes.
yeah, so Edge just has to be a sole survivor, which is probably easier than Seth Rollins being a king of the ring.
Yeah.
In kayfabe, quote unquote.
Yeah. Sure.
Sure.
The match was good.
Starting my cat just got trapped behind my new TV monitor over here, and he is figuring it out. He figured it out.
Everyone can figure out how like upset we get when we have to talk about WWE pay-per-views that are just bad because we are trying to find
fun with it. I like to have fun with it.
Well, yeah, but we're trying to find different things to talk about.
Yeah,
at all times. Because
let's just end this out real quickly because I want to get out of here with this stupid card and get into our next big topic.
Yay! Why did we design the show this way? Oh my god! Yeah, let's get to the last match. The best match on the card.
Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair.
They didn't shoot on each other. I was right.
They did not. They did not shoot on each other. This was a
shocked. They hit each other really hard though.
They did hit each other really hard. The match never broke down. It was a professional strike
wrestling
fest
match.
Yeah, it was just a normal match that was really good.
Yeah, the end sucked, but hey.
Yeah, it's Survivor Series. We got to defend people on an inconsequential pay-per-view.
Yep. If
that doesn't sum up WWE, I don't know what will.
Becky I guess it's better than the way they just, fucked over Big E. So.
Yeah, I guess that's true. If you're going to do saving anybody, I guess you could have done there. You could have had Paul Heyman involved or Brock or anybody else, but who cares?
So, what they do for every other pay-per-view match.
Have Big E go to the top rope and the top rope breaks.
Sure. Of course.
But yeah, it was a normal professional match. I guess either it does not answer anything. Either it was all the work or Charlotte Flair and Becky stepped up to the professional window.
I know Becky was crying after the show.
Yes, Becky did cut a great promo where she
shocker.
She cried. Cried about how
she was crying and doing that. I was like, and we're supposed to boo her.
Oh,
that's WWE's big brain thinking.
That's what. Oh my god, you angered me. She had a good match. She cried about basically losing a friend. Here in the post match promo on WWE.com exclusive, and then comes out on Monday and then does the "You're Fickle" audience. Seth Rollins.
My boy Danielson said that on Dynamite. I popped because he brought Fickle back. I was like, dude, this guy, he gets it. I love him.
WWE builds up goodwill and then just cashes it in on the dumbest.
They did it again. This is how they tried to make her heel the first time.
Yes.
For all those people that forget that Becky Lynch was supposed to be heel, and then the fans were like, no. Yeah. They just did it again with, it's all you people. And they were like, oh, yeah, we'll act like we care.
And it's working on the WWE audience. Is now they're here.
Well, yeah, because the WWE audience is no longer, it's just all the general fans now by now. Like, there's no one left.
Yeah. Big Time Bex is what WWE wanted the man to originally be.
Mm-hmm. And I think she's, bless her, she does very good at whatever they make her do. She shouldn't be a heel. But it is what it is. I do have a topic I want us to discuss this week.
Sure.
That feels like a very big topic from wrestling that we just didn't write down. And I'd love to talk about CM Punk versus MJF.
You want to do that instead of NWA Hard Times? Are you sure?
I mean, I don't think it's going to take us 22 minutes to talk about a promo.
About a 20-minute promo. Yeah, sure. What do you want to say about it?
I just want to say how great it was. Probably the best thing in wrestling all week. I thought So I actually want to tell a fun story. So my friend who doesn't watch AEW, but he follows along, he reads things. He doesn't watch anything really anymore. He just kind of reads like, you know, Reddit and whatnot, keeps himself updated.
Yeah.
But that night was the first time in a while I was like, dude, you need to watch this. You need to watch this promo. AEW, the brilliant minds that they are, put out the entire promo on their YouTube. So I sent him the clip, and he loved it, but he's like, MJF makes me very uncomfortable when he sucks. I was like, that's fair, because MJF, he does try to strike nerves with people. He does go the extra leaps and bounds. And when he said that for this promo, which I didn't think was that bad in terms of, going too far, which I think can be an MJF problem once in a while, where he just tries to get the most difficult topic and make people, react to it, like with the Pillman stuff that he did.
He's practically a troll.
Yeah. Yeah, but I thought this was maybe one of his best promos because there was a lot of truth to it. There was truth to the John Cena comparisons, the fact that CM Punk never could be the number one, even if in hardcore fans' minds he was. He was never the true number one, whether it was to Cena or Triple H. I know a lot of people would automatically pop for all those names, and then CM Punk comes back with "You're just a less famous Miz." I thought that was, perfect line, because when I think if Miz ever got a chance to not be in the WWE bubble, his promos could be that much better. Because I think that's the one thing Miz does really, really great is promos. And I thought that was an interesting attack on MJF, because, MJF probably is bothered by the fact that a lot of people for a long time have compared him to The Miz. And I feel like if you're MJF, you're like, well, I'm better than that. I'm different from that. And that's not a shot at Miz either. That's just the truth. And I just thought this is the first true feud for CM Punk, because the Eddie Kingston one was 2 weeks. That was 2 weeks out. This is going to be months, it feels like, because you're going to have the CM Punk versus Wardlow match probably before him and MJF ever square up. It's going to be a month or two of build, and I think that's great. And they gave them the time. I think allowing Punk to digest and then respond, and then MJF to do the same, was a very good touch. Because you'll see promos where they're yelling over each other, like with Kingston and Punk. At one point, they started yelling over each other. This was, you go, I go, you go. It's kind of like a battle rap situation, in a sense, but battle promos. And I just thought it was incredible work from both of them. Punk has never been less than, like number one in promos in wrestling. MJF, I've openly admitted over the past couple weeks after that Darby match, I was like, this is the match that won me over. And now, like, he feels he's more serious in that it's not just about getting the top reaction. It's about using truth and driving that home. And I thought this was just great work all around.
Yeah, I thought this was really good. I'm not a huge fan of long MJF promos because
me either. Because that's why I like the battle back.
Yeah, I think he works best as the short little promos. That post pay-per-view promo he did in like the back room or whatever. You remember that promo?
Yes,
that was outstanding. And this was also very good. I thought this was very good. I think this was a great promo to like advertise to more of the WWE audience of like, hey, watch this, and we're gonna do that stuff. I get like people being like, too many WWE references, but that's the thing about AEW. AEW's canon is all of professional wrestling, so WWE acknowledging WWE where CM Punk has been. If you're going to dunk on CM Punk, besides his visuals and his MMA career and his post WWE career of comic books or whatever, which MJF did as well, started with, and then he brought in the WWE stuff.
At 1.9 million views on YouTube.
Perfect. You to yeah, I did. I'm liking now that I'm thinking about that. MJF started dunking on his looks, his MMA, and his comic books, his Drax comic books.
Yes.
Then CM Punk fired back. Then MJF then started talking about his WWE career, about how all that stuff. If you're going to discuss CM Punk and gonna have barbs for CM Punk, then you're gonna have to bring those WWE isms to the forefront. It's part of it has to be done. It would have to be done with Bryan Danielson as well, arguably. I mean, he brought it up to the forefront with WrestleMania. We talked about last week. I thought it was outstanding pay-per-view. My final thought is I can't wait for MJF to bring up Colt Cabana to CM Punk.
That's gonna happen. I think I like that he brought the Cena stuff up because a lot of people on Twitter were bringing that up of like, yeah, now he's the franchise. Now he's the evil empire kind of in terms of he's the face. Like, I think once CM Punk walked in, he quickly kind of became a face of AEW, not the face, but a face of AEW. And I've been thinking about it. Maybe giving MJF the first CM Punk loss would be very smart long term. Because you're probably, it feels inevitable that he's the next AEW world champion. Like, I think a lot of people feel that way.
MJF is?
Yeah. So I feel like giving him the major win over CM Punk would make some sense. And I really hope they don't just screw the match away unless they're doing a series of matches on TV. Like, I could see them do a couple, but I would just do one.
Yeah, I mean, I could see CM Punk face Wardlow and Shawn Spears and do stuff like that.
Shawn Spears.
Well, just do a match.
He's a good hand, as Cody Rhodes once said.
He is a good hand. But yeah, I'm excited. I don't know when you do this match. Like we said, there's Battle of the Belts, there's TBS, there's New Year's Smash. You got a bunch of stuff on the horizon.
You have Winter is Coming, but that's just way too soon.
Yeah, I guess the question is when you're going to do it. I like the idea of it being a couple months, but it's just a question of how long it is. I think, more of these promo battles is going to be pulling the harder ass out of CM Punk. And I think that is sort of the goal here. I also think, on the other hand, for MJF, the goal is to find a different avenue in terms of promos, because he learned a lot from Chris Jericho, and I would argue he learned some bad things from Chris Jericho. So maybe having CM Punk, working of CM Punk, that might get MJF to be an even better promo, especially when it comes to longer material. Yeah. Let's talk about the final topic for today real quickly. NWA Hard Times 2. It's a pay-per-view that's happening this Saturday in Atlanta, Georgia.
Ryan said, you want to know what pain is? You want to know what pain is? Well, we're going to finish the show with Maximum Pain.
No, the show's called Hard Times 2, not Maximum Pain, which is a great name for a pay-per-view. Maximum Pain. Max Pain. Taking place in December 4th in Atlanta, Georgia. I could go, but I decided against it based on this card alone. I don't know. It's pay-per-view. I assume it's on Fight. I don't know actually if it is on Fight.
Hope it's not.
Or if it's a taping that's just going to be along. The reason I think it might just be a taping, Scotty, is because there's 13 matches.
No. Let me tell you right now. Oh, nope. It's live, baby.
It's live.
$25, 8:00, December 4th.
We're going to get a lot of short matches.
Ask me how many matches I'm going to watch on this show.
Probably, I'm going to guess one.
I don't even know what's on this show.
Let's talk about it. Your pre-show match. It was announced also that Billy Corgan is going to be returning the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Championship. There will be 2 qualifying matches that will take place, with the winners facing each other at a later date. So the first qualifying match is a gauntlet match, and that is a bunch of names here. Get ready. Let's see how much you know. Alex Taylor, Arya Davari, C.W. Anderson, Darius Lockhart, Homicide, Jeremiah Plunkett, Jamie Stanley, Kerry Morton, the son of Ricky Morton, Luke Hawx, PJ Hawx, Sal Renaro, Victor Benjamin.
Oh, that's it?
That's it. That's who do you think's gonna win this and then face the winner of the other qualifying match?
Either Homicide or the other big name that I can't remember.
Darius Lockhart, Arya Davari, Victor Benjamin, Sal Renaro.
I like Darius Lockhart, maybe. I don't know. I think Homicide wins.
NWA World's Heavyweight.
Oh, you're not giving your prediction. You're just making me do it.
No. I'm gonna say Darius. It's a junior heavyweight championship.
Victor Benjamin follows me on Twitter.
Oh, nice.
So Victor Benjamin should win.
Nice. Very good. Very good. Playing favorites, I see. Singles match for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Trevor Murdoch versus Mike Knox, the guy that beat him up after a steel cage match that Trevor Murdoch wasn't even in, I think. I don't think Trevor Murdoch was in that match now that I think about it. No, yeah, because it was Jax Dane versus Crimson. So, yeah, Trevor Murdoch was not in the match.
Yeah, he wasn't in the match, but it happened.
Trevor Murdoch came in after the match, I think, to make a save, and then Mike Knox beat him up.
So we're previewing the main event after some random gauntlet match.
That's just what Wikipedia put in order, man. I don't
okay, sure. I don't give a shit. Trevor Murdoch's winning. I hope.
Yeah, I think he will.
Oh yeah, I hope the WWE tag team guy that tagged with Lance Cade wins over Mike Knox, a guy who never won anything. He was an ace to eights. I know that. He was also a stalker of Kelly in ECW in WWE. So what you could say about this is that it's not great.
Yeah, I guess we'll see what happens of that match.
What's your prediction, Ryan?
Trevor Murdoch, man. Trevor Murdoch. I think he's going to win it. I think this is just sort of a feud to sort of hold him over. I don't know.
Can we think about how Trevor Murdoch was the guy to end Nick Aldis' title reign?
It made sense. If you were watching NWA, it made sense.
I wasn't. I have to pay for power. I didn't even watch it when it was on YouTube. And now they want me to pay for it?
It's a bold marketing move. I guess it is working because
you pay for it?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. We're gonna probably end Ring Post Radio inevitably if.
I'm gonna look up to see if WrestleTix has any news about the ticket sales of the show so far. No DQ NWA World TV Championship match with the Pope as special guest referee. Tyrus versus Scion.
Who?
Scion, the masked wrestler. It's really just Robert Ego Anthony. Spoilers.
Oh. They'll probably have the idiot win.
Tyrus.
Yeah, the sexual assaulter.
Jesus Christ.
Man, wrestling sucks.
The Fox News correspondent.
You got way too many shitty people.
Oh,
damn,
dude,
place.
We're not even a third of the
NWA,
way through the card.
I know NWA is stacked with speaking out.
NWA World Tag Team Championship match is going to be La Rebellion, Bestia 666, and Mecha Wolf.
Oh, that guy's terrible too.
Mecha Wolf 450.
No, that guy's terrible. He's terrible.
versus the NWA World Tag Team Champion Eliminator Tournament winners, The End, Odison and Pero.
I hope they win.
I do hope they win. I enjoy I love Odison. I love Pero. I love to see that. I love that team. I love to see them win. I think they could.
That's my analyzation. I hope they win.
Yeah. I don't know if they will, but I think they could.
They should. That's a good NWA tag team.
Yeah. NWA World Women's Championship. There you have so many titles in this promotion. Camille defending their title against Melina. I don't know. It could go either way. Look, I'm not.
Excuse me? Did you just say Melina?
Here's the thing.
It's 2021.
Camille has gotten better in the ring.
That match with Layla Hirsch was good.
That's and Layla Hirsch is not someone that typically like brings it out of people, because I think you have to bring it out of Layla Hirsch. So that was a surprise. Camille has also had great matches with Serena Deeb and Thunder Rosa, who are also great wrestlers. Melina had a great match of Deonna Purrazzo at Empower.
Good match. Good.
It was a pretty good match.
Great might be a little strong.
There's a potential this is a pretty good match. I think it's a small margin, but I think the potential is there.
I think it's gonna be messy. I think Camille better win, because like that feels like what they want here.
Mm-hmm.
I think you want to build someone up that's not named Melina for Camille. That's not a shot at Melina. It's just like you want to get over someone who's gonna finally beat Camille. So Camille wins.
Yeah, I think Camille's gonna win. Describe to me the spot where Camille uses Melina's flexibility to hurt herself, like Beth Phoenix did many years ago.
Oh, is Melina still flexible?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, when you say years ago, that was like a decade ago. I don't know if I don't really watch Melina wrestle too much anymore. I watched her wrestle Deonna Purrazzo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Stop asking me questions about Melina, man.
NWA National Championship.
Oh my god!
We're on match 6 of 13. Chris Adonis versus Judais.
Is that Chris Masters?
Yes, it is.
Who's the other guy? Who's Judais?
Judais with Father James Mitchell.
Is he like a person?
Judais, his real name is Michael Cole.
It's boss time! All right. I'm gonna go with the Adonis, I guess.
Judais was in TNA for a while.
I need to look up this man.
His name was Murphy. He teamed with Gunner a lot.
You just rattled me. I thought you were telling me that Buddy Murphy now went by
Judais,
and I was like, what?
He's basically just like a creepy dude with Father James Mitchell.
He looks very boring. He does not look interesting at all, actually.
The NWA World Women's Tag Team Championship.
Actually, this match might actually be good.
Allison Kay.
Is this the one you thought I was going to watch?
Maybe. Yeah.
Oh, wait, Marty Bell's in it.
Well, I don't know. Allison Kay and Marty Bell, the tag team champions, taking on
the Hex.
The Hex, yes, taking on the team of Kylie Ray and 2D Lynn. Also taking on the team of Lady Frost and Natalia Markova.
Lady Frost is good. Kylie Ray is confusing me very much. Hope she's okay. Hope she figures out what she's trying to do with the rest of her life, because I thought she was taking a break, and now you're telling me she's in a tag team title match, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Allison Kay's been pretty good as of late.
2D Lynn is really good.
2D Lynn is good. I don't know who the other person is, and then there's Marty Bell, so that's cool. I'm gonna pick the Hex to retain.
Yeah, I think the Hex will retain. If anyone's gonna win, if there's gonna be a new champion, I'll probably put it on Kylie Ray and 2D Lynn. But I fear having Kylie putting any sort of belt on Kylie Ray, just because anytime in the past couple months it felt like we're putting a title on Kylie Ray.
I thought she was gonna beat Deonna. I thought she was gonna beat. Thought she was gonna be AEW Women's Champion. I thought she was gonna be Camille. We have a very long list of matches or titles I thought she was gonna win. And now I don't think she's going to win anything anytime soon.
Don't know.
She's very good, though.
As a fellow human being, I hope the best for her.
Yes.
Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship being
What?
defended. Matt Taven and Mike
My man.
Bennett, the OGK,
I might actually watch this.
versus Aaron Stevens and JR Kratos.
Interesting.
The former tag team.
JR
champions.
Kratos is in NWA.
He's been in NWA. He was a former tag team champion for NWA with Aaron Stevens.
The more you know. Why is he with Aaron? Why is he with Damien Sandow? I think. Well, I mean, Ring of Honor team definitely is winning. They just gave them the titles. I don't think they want the Ring of Honor tag team titles to die with Aaron Stevens and JR Kratos.
Who knows? NWA. Oh, I'm gonna say Ring of Honor team. OGK. NWA World Junior Heavyweight Championship qualifying match. So of course we had that gauntlet in the pre-show.
They added another title.
No. Yeah, they added another junior heavyweight title. Yeah. So we had that gauntlet at the beginning, which you said Homicide. I said Darius Lockhart. That winner of that gauntlet, the 12-man gauntlet, will face one of these two men. It will either be Rhett Titus, Ring of Honor's Rhett Titus, or
I like Rhett Titus.
Or it will be Austin Aries.
You're testing me.
There is a likelihood it will be Austin Aries.
Austin Aries is winning this damn title.
If there's anyone in this promotion to put a title on, this promotion 100% will put a title.
You just told me Tyrus was a champion.
Yeah.
Tells me all I need to know.
Yeah.
Who books this company?
Billy Corgan, which I'm pretty sure I saw him when I went to Championship Wrestling from Atlanta. I'm pretty sure I saw him. I'm pretty sure he was there.
Well, tell him to get away.
Singles
Austin
action.
Aries.
We got 4 singles matches here for you.
Is Nick
Scotty.
Aldis on the show?
Yes, he is. He'll be facing
Okay.
Tom Latimer in a singles match.
He's a scumbag too.
There will be no accompaniments at ringside. You can't bring anyone to the ring. It's just 1-on-1.
I need to understand.
Well, real
why.
quick, let me finish this off. So no accompaniments. So 100% there's going to be involvement from somebody. And then if either man is disqualified, they will be suspended for 8 weeks.
Oh, if I'm Nick Aldis, I just get disqualified. I don't have to work for them for that long. That'd be huge for me. Why is there a scumbag in like half the matches?
This was my thing. Was that
they're making WWE look good?
I can't wait for Gunner to team up with Judais again.
Oh, Jackson Riker is so going to NWA. Oh, there's not a bigger lock out of any release than Jackson Riker going to NWA. You have read me.
Team up with Judais. Michael.
He'll
Cole.
probably beat Trevor Murdoch. Let's be serious here. Let's just put the money on the table. He'll probably get risen to the top because listen, they have Tyrus as a champion.
Do you think NWA can pay for somebody like Jackson Riker?
Pay for somebody like Jackson Riker? What? You're joking, right?
I'm making.
What do you mean pay for somebody like Jackson Riker?
I'm making the.
No one else is gonna give him work.
I'm making the joke that NWA could not pay for like the women on the Empower Wrestling show.
Really? Oh yeah, Tony Khan, baby.
Yeah, so I'm making that joke, and I'm making the kind of joke because I think the only ex-WWE person that was released that they've picked up and brought in is Arya Davari, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, and Mickie James. Anyways, speaking of Mickie James is going to be facing someone that's TBA. Colby Carino.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa. What? Is she defending the title?
No,
Impact?
she's not according to this. She's in action, but we don't know.
All right, start thinking of release people.
That who are available?
Yeah. Someone from Ring of Honor? Oh, she's gonna wrestle like Mandy Leon or something.
Ooh, Roxy.
Roxy's good. Roxy should not be in NWA because she's good. But
Roxy's not
That'd
bad.
be cool.
That'd be.
Roxy's 20 years old and it's gonna be.
But if it would have been Roxy, you would have advertised it, right? I feel like you would have advertised.
I feel like it.
The surprise would be someone.
That would be Ring of Honor Women's Champion versus Impact Women's Champion. That would have to be advertised.
Yeah, I would advertise that if I was Billy Corgan. But again, he hired Austin Aries. I'm just looking up a list real quick of names that have been released and trying to see who would be available. B-Fab is not available. Chelsea Green, I'm good, but she's already in the promotion. Ember Moon not available. Eva Marie, is she available? I don't think so. Frankie Monet is not available. Here we go. Jessamine Duke, she's not wrestling. Jessie Kamea, I don't think she's available. Katrina Cortez, Kavita Devi, Lana maybe.
If it's Lana,
Marina Shafir.
Oh, I can see that one.
That one's not bad. Mercedes, she already challenged her at Impact. Mia Yim, no, she's not available.
Dude, we just went literally an hour ago. We went over how FTR and Lucha Bros are fighting back-to-back days.
Santana Garrett.
Yeah, she sucks. That makes sense. She's a terrible person too. She's best friends with that child rapist.
You got to be more specific.
Oh my god!
For that,
I don't remember his name.
For that alleged story.
My dog had enough of this.
Hey, two matches left, dog.
Teddy, come here. Teddy, come here.
Oh my god.
Come here, buddy.
Last two matches. Oh my god, the show is falling apart. The show always falls apart in the last 5 minutes.
Well, we were talking about a child rapist, and then my dog started barking.
Your dog was barking, yelling at you, saying like, "She's no." But no, Santana Garrett, she's available. She's a former NWA World Women's Champion. I wouldn't be surprised if it is Santana Garrett. Kobe Carino versus Doug Williams. Doug Williams making his way over from England over into America into the NWA against Kobe Carino. And then, of course, the last singles match: Jax Dane versus Mims.
Mims? The guy's named Mims?
Mims?
Why am I previewing this show? I think you knew going into this I was not going to care about any of this. And I'm not going to watch any of this.
You're not going to watch OGK versus Stevens and Kratos?
Well, I was thinking about it, and then you told me, I might.
What about Mickie James versus Roxy?
That's not happening.
You know who else is in attendance? Obviously not wrestling, but
it's going to be Angelina Love.
You know who else is here at the pay-per-view that is not obviously wrestling, but is there?
Wait a minute. Well, it has to be Ric Flair. I mean, just the incredible line of roster members
I would argue the opposite of Ric Flair. We have making a special.
The opposite of Ric Flair, so he's a good person.
Yeah, the probably one of the best people in professional wrestling today. One of the best legends. None other than Mick Foley will be there.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Mixter, what are you doing, buddy?
What are you doing here, man?
You're like the nicest guy around. Why are you going there?
What are you doing here, man?
Did you not hear the entire roster we just discussed? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Someone want to tell Mick before he shows up? Hey, Mick. Okay, so
he gives his seal of approval.
Here are all the felonies that this roster has committed over the past 3 years.
Allegedly.
No, not every one of these are alleged. There is some fact and truth to. I don't just. We should probably cut this whole thing.
That is it for Ring Post Radio. What a way to end the show.
I think we need to disqualify NWA from further consideration of conversation because one, they have way too many terrible people working for them. And I understand, allegedly, some of them are terrible people. But listen.
But Austin Aries is 100% a terrible person. He's an anti-masker, anti-vaxxer.
There's worse crimes committed on this show than that. That's the scary part. That's just, that's that man's beliefs. I'll let him.
No, they're
believe
bad
that
beliefs. They're bad beliefs.
But
no.
But Tyrus.
I think we should cut this out and publish this by itself on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't need the NWA coming after me. Thank you. I don't have the money to support myself. So please don't do that. Just why do bad people have to remain in wrestling? Like, why? Why?
Oh my God, I broke Scotty.
The NWA has a problem. They're
plugs. We can
listen. No.
I'm trying to eject the show.
Jackson Riker is not even on the same level in terms of like what we consider bad to any of these people. So if he wants to go get the bag, good for him.
The bag from NWA?
Yeah, money. I don't know, whatever.
From NWA?
Some pennies, nickels, I don't know, dimes maybe. I don't know.
Heavy bag for all those pennies.
Chasing Rance. That was the guy that Santana Garrett's friends with.
Oh yeah.
He's terrible. What is this? What happened? What happened? We were talking about an egg, and we should have stayed with the egg. Instead, we're going to talk about a lot of terrible people that are just allegedly terrible people. And plugs. Follow me at Scotty Wrestling. I will not be talking about NWA there. I will not be talking about NWA again. Next time he tries to make me preview one of these shows, I'm not talking. I will not talk because the amount of surprise that I had for the amount of terrible people, like awful human beings on the show. Like, I understand we talk about WWE and they have their fair share still hired, but oh my God.
We gain viewers during this bit.
You're kidding me. Oh my God. I hope you're all entertained. I hope you're entertained by my pain that these terrible human beings continue to run wild on. No one watches NWA. No one runs wild. Fuck that company. It's not even a company.
You can follow me at Ryan Neitzey on Twitter. You could follow the network at CountOutPod on Twitter.
Oh, my match of the week. Shit. Okay.
I also got Facebook. I think I've noticed, Scotty, is that we get super excited when we're talking about good wrestling. We get super excited and like super amped. But when we talk about bad wrestling or stuff we don't enjoy, we just go crazy. Like our brains snap and we're just laughing and making fun of it the entire time. That's what I've noticed that trend.
Listen. We're talking about a promotion here that pays very bad human beings up and down their card. One of them, I probably have said too much. I need to stop. Follow me at Scotty Wrestling. My match of the week was Tommy versus Micah. That's when I was happy during the show. That was so long ago. That was hours ago. I have been way off since then. That was probably my match of the week that happened in the past week. Watch it. Don't watch it. I don't care. Don't watch Hard Times 2.
Next time NWA is a pay-per-view, I'm gonna try to get a fight code and then we can give it away for give it away.
Who would want that?
Again, at Ryan Neitzey. Subscribe to the show if you like what you heard. Leave a 5-star review on iTunes. Subscribe to the podcast wherever you get podcasts. my match of the week was that 8-man tag on AEW Dynamite. Wheeler, Harwood, Andrade, and Malachi versus Cody, Pac, Penta, and Phoenix. Really good. Good work. Through all, Pac is great. The bits with Cody is great. Andrade is a lot better than we first started this promotion. Malachi, I feel like didn't do that much. There's nothing I remember from Malachi or Penta or Phoenix, but all around this was a very good match. I really enjoyed it. That's it.
Happy for you.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We'll see you next week on that Ring Post Radio. I've broken Scotty. He's dead. Oh my God. Scotty, any final words for the audience at home?
Don't watch Hard Times 2.